Jamie and Amp. Amanda's 2 million, June 3, 2019, 0750 updated June 3, 2019, 0751. Find out the TCS and commonly asked FAQs for Heart's new game, 2 million in the music. Jamie Amanda's 2 million in the music FAQs. How do I enter? You can enter the competition by texting music to 82122. It costs £. When do I enter? Make sure you text while the competition is open. When you hear a song, can I enter by phone or online? No, text is the only way to enter. I missed the artist that I am listening for today. Who is it? Keep listening to Heart, and we'll remind you who the artist is throughout the day, but it's always revealed first in Heart Breakfast at 8 AM. Is the prize really £2 million? The total prize fund is £2 million, and shares of it will be given away across the length of the competition to a number of winners. The amount available. I have sent a text to enter but haven't received a confirmation message. There are many different reasons for this. It could be due to why are my messages not sending in the first place? If messages are not leaving your phone, then they haven't reached us and won't be included in the draw to win. This isn't something. I received my confirmation message quite a long time after the song played. Sometimes, when we experience a higher than normal volume of traffic, it can take longer than usual to process and send out our response messages, so even if you receive a confirmation message after the text lines closed, that entry was still included in the draw. I missed a call. Was it from Heart? Unfortunately, we can't disclose that information. Make sure that you've already entered one competition round. Can I enter another? Yes, you can enter different rounds of the competition. However, if we've still not answered your question, check out our full list of premium rate FAQs. Jamie Amanda's 2 million in the music / Heart's 2 million in the music 2019 on the Heart Network. Rules. 1. The following rules. Specific rules together with the general competition terms and conditions, which can be found at http://www.heart.co.uk/terms conditions/ the competition terms and conditions of global as defined in the competition terms and conditions apply to Jamie Amanda's 2 million in the music, also known as Heart's 2 million in the music radio competition. The competition, which will run from 03/06/2019 to 23/08/19 on the Heart Network, the radio station. The competition. To anyone who enters the competition, an entrant will be deemed to have understood these rules along with the terms and conditions and will be bound by them. The terms and details of the competition. 3. To enter the competition, an entrant must listen on FM or DAB and identify and text in when they hear any song by a specified artist. The trigger song is directed on air by the presenter S. 4. The specified artist required to be identified by listeners will change daily at the discretion of Heart and will be announced on air by the presenter S. 5. A song or a standard hard edit of a song must be played in full to count as the trigger song. For the avoidance of 6. An entrant must send a text message starting with the keyword music to 82122, the text message line. The text system. 7. Text messages will be charged at £1.50 plus 1 standard rate message. 8. Listeners will have 10 minutes from the start of the trigger song to enter. If listeners text 9 on entering the competition, entrants will receive a text message that invites them to take part in our 4 for 2 offer, whereby if they enter a second time within the same competition round, they will receive an additional 2 entries into that competition round at no extra cost. The additional entry. 10. Once the text lines have closed, one entry will be selected at random from all the entries received during that round. If the selected 11 all entrants will be required to talk to the presenter/s either live on air, or a call will be recorded with the presenter/s and then later played on air. If an entrant failed, 12 the number of rounds played each day is flexible and will be decided at the discretion of Heart. Competition round 13 for the avoidance of doubt, each competition round is a separate round and the text system will be reset after each round. 14 players and winners may be required to take part in publicity including interviews with national and regional media at the request of Heart. By entering this 15 entrants must be aged 18 years or over. 16 an entrant can enter up to 20 times each day excluding free entries. We strongly advise 17 any entrant that wins a cash prize during the competition may not enter the competition again. 18 entrants must have a bank account in their name as the cash prize will be paid by BACS transfer or check. 19 if an entrant is announced as a winner on air but is later found to be ineligible, another winner may be selected in their place. 20 the total prize fund across the duration of the competition will be a minimum of £2 million, shared between the winners of each individual competition round. Global reserves, 21 the prize available in each round will be of a minimum value of £5,000. The specific amount, 22 cash prizes will be paid either by a check or by BACS transfer to the winner's bank account. 23 prizes are non-transferable, and no alternative is available. 24 global reserves the right to change the prize or part of it at any time. The prize value for
raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,